Alright, so we're back in the setup menu, and let's go ahead and search for permission sets with the quick find box. You can already see it here in the user section, but we'll just type in permission set and select permission sets here. So you can see that, like profile, SalesForce automatically gives us some standard permission sets, but we're just going to create a new one. Let's say we want to create a permission set that grants additional access, more like admin style access to some users. We'll call this super user, and we'll go ahead and save, and we're taken to this menu here. We can see we have the app settings. We can assign additional applications, assign additional connected apps, and modify object settings, edit app permissions, a little more on the developer side, some Apex class and Visualforce access. But let's go ahead and select object settings. And you can see here we have both of our standard and custom objects. Let's say we wanted to grant additional access to accounts. You can select accounts, and you can see we have the same options as we do for profile. So for this permission set, we want to give this user the ability to modify all accounts. So we'll go ahead and select edit, modify all accounts. And you see this will actually overwrite profile. So let's say on their profile they could only edit and read accounts. When we select the modify all for the permission set, they'll be able to override that initial level of access and open it up. We can scroll down and we can see that we can also decide to change field level access for the account. We'll learn more about field level access later, so we'll just leave this as it is. Save here. But let's say we're not done and we want to grant some additional access. Go back to object settings. Let's say we want users to be able to delete a contact. We'll go ahead and edit this. Give this person access to delete a contact. And if you could delete a contact by default, you can also read and edit, and that's why it auto-populated. Again, this is going to override any profile we assign this permission set to for that user. Go ahead and save here. And you know what? Let's also give this permission set access to our custom application. Go ahead and select assigned application. Go ahead and edit. And we'll give them access to, let's see, Jim's clothing. And you can select the applications you want to provide them by just selecting here and moving it over to this side. Go ahead and save. And there we go, we created this super user permission. So to actually assign this to a user, you can see we can search for users, user, and again, we only have our standard user here that comes with our license. But just for fun, we're going to assign it to ourselves. Just scroll down and we'll see a related permission set assignment. You would edit this assignment and give them the super user permission that we created. There's not much use of giving us additional permission on top of our already system admin permission, but let's say this was a sales or marketing user, this permission set would open up access for us. You can go ahead and save and add that to our user, and now this user is given the additional responsibility that comes with that permission set. Let's take a look at some more examples. Alright, so let's take a look at a use case. Amanda Johnson, a marketing coordinator, has been given the additional responsibility of training customer service new hires. Since the marketing coordinator profile does not come with access to modify cases, she will need a way to bypass her profile to be able to view the case object in addition to create, edit, and delete cases. She will also have to create and delete accounts and contacts to provide test data to user. Alright, so it looks like we'll have to use permission sets to bypass her profile. So the first requirement is she should be able to view the case object. So we'll go ahead and take a look in SalesForce, create a permission set. Go ahead and create a new permission set, and we'll call this permission set Customer Service Trainer. API name is automatic. We'll go ahead and save. Oh, before I continue, it's always good to provide a description just for any other users or admins who might want to take a look at this, and it's good to provide that for historical purposes. So we'll just say this permission set will grant additional trainer level access, and save. So they need to be able to access the case object, so we'll go ahead and case, look for cases, go ahead and edit, and we need to make the case tab available, so we'll go ahead and select available, and then we'll also want to be able to create, edit, and delete cases, I believe was the requirement. Yep. So we'll go ahead and save this here. In addition, Amanda Johnson will also need to be able to create, edit, and delete accounts and contacts to create test data. Go to accounts, edit, now create, edit, delete, save, go back to contacts, edit, create, edit, and delete. And again, when we create something, that kind of also suggests we have the ability to read that. So that's why that automatically populated. Go ahead and save. And so there's our customer service trainer permission set as of now. So we'll go ahead and search for our user by going to the users, look for Amanda Johnson, our marketing coordinator, and assign her with the customer service trainer permission set. So she is now actually able to go in and do those additional things such as access the case tab, create, edit, or delete cases, as well as create, edit, and delete accounts and contacts. Here's another use case. Number 2. The existing super user permission set needs to be modified to allow users to transfer and convert leads as well as transfer cases. So we'll go ahead and navigate back to our permission sets, click on the super user permission, and we know that object settings control access to objects and fields, the ability to create, edit, delete, or modify, but to be able to transfer leads, convert leads, and transfer cases, we'll actually go into the app permissions. And we'll go ahead and edit. And we can see that they've grouped it in kind of business functionality. The call center section, we have the ability to transfer cases, that is change a case's owner. In the sales functionality, we have the ability to transfer leads. And we'll see, where did I just see it? Convert leads. Go ahead and save. And our super user permission has been modified. So it's pretty easy to set up and modify permission sets. If you ever need to add additional functionality, you can either edit an existing permission set or just create an additional permission set to grant additional access. So to recap once more, the profile controls object level access for a group of user. And a profile basically serves as a base that is typically more restrictive and general. Think all sales users should be able to create but not delete opportunities. So it's more a function of the job or the position. That would be the profile. The permission set has a very similar functionality to the profile, and that it's used to set object level access, what you can do within the application, but it's used more for exceptions. So for example, the delegated responsibility. We saw in the previous examples, if you want a specific sales user to be able to edit a case or transfer a case, or if you want a specific marketing coordinator or a small subset of users to be able to create an object that in most cases their role wouldn't have access to, you would use that to do through the permission set. So again, the profile controls more of the base level, more restricted level, and the permission set grants additional access.